a little better, a little more awake, not as wound up as I was. And yeah, the smell's not in the air. I slept from just after 10 last night till 9:30 this morning, or 9 this morning. So it was quite good. And still found out the sugar company we have is out of sugar. So I can't buy sugar for my coffee yet. So that's a kind of bummer, but I got onions and a few things I needed. Yeah, life on in Vegas sustenance sucks. It also sucks when you have negative people in your family, like moms and dads, who look down to you, tell you always need meds, and they're the ones who need meds. Control freaks, total rule. They always think they know everything about life, and they weren't willing to be parents in any way. Um, all I can say is it's a tough world when you have to deal with stupidness and ignorance. Just because they're a nurse or have a job doesn't mean they're better than you. And one doesn't choose to live on the street or homeless. And nobody needs a parent that says you've done a bunch of stuff that you've never done. Uh, like I said yesterday, as a child, we grow up, we learn how to crawl, walk, run. Our hormone levels increase until we hit adolescence, called puberty, and then we go downhill. After that, we start losing them and we get old. And that is the truth. Any doctor will tell you that's why we have HRT therapy, hormone replacement therapy, that's supposed to make you health and wellness. Um, Steroids were to improve it. That's part of it. And steroids is not a drug of raging hormones and make somebody lose their mind. That's a farcehood of bullshit. Nobody wants man boobs and have estrogen put in their body. If you ever look up the word transgender and how they make a man into a woman, what they do is they deplete the natural hormone called testosterone in a male, then add estrogen, which puts on fat on the body, such as your chest, called gynomasculus, around the hips, the stomach, and whatnot. That's an assault to a man. Pre World War II, we didn't have that kind of stuff. And that's the downfall about in Vega. The prolactin goes way, way too high, and nobody can control it, not even the doctor. Most the doctors just want to turn a blind eye, utter threats, bad bedside manner. You don't need that in your life. And when it says as a side effect, confusion, yeah, your brain is dead. Once you destroy your brain with a chemical or a lobotomy, stick something, a knife in there, you cut your arm off, it's not going to develop back to what it was. Once you damaged it to a certain extent with a, what do they call that? Head injuries or whatnot, concussions. It doesn't happen. It doesn't come back. You break your bones so bad, it's not going to heal. So you look at the long and short of it. You try to figure it out. You find good, positive people in your life. I've never had any drug addictions. I've never got into drugs at all. I have tried a couple things, smoked some weed maybe, and whatnot. But the biggest dealers are people who are closest to you, and they don't realize it. They're the only reason why you smoked it, because your family or your friends, and you just wanted sociability, just like going to the bar. I don't pick up a beer; makes me sick. Don't like the twist after being hungover once or twice, and always wanted to be an athlete, be in physical fitness, and be a teacher. But it never happened. I had to take the means and work in the construction trade, which led to nothing. Half the year you're out because the weather and whatnot. So your jobs are your jobs. You work in the cooking industry. Well, you get tired of that too. You got to climb some ladder, deal with ignorant people all the time. And the government has these things called workplace harassment and all that kind of stuff in place to say you got a mental illness or whatnot. I think it's an assault to the people. There's not enough freedom because they've made too many things like this so they can control us more and more. But hey, conspiracy theory. No, there's no such thing as conspiracy theory, real quick. You know why? We got spies around the world still, just like World War II, World War I, and whatnot. You look at the long and short of it. That's Joan calling Rick next door. Beautiful woman from Quebec City or Montreal. But you look at the long and short of it. How do you deal with it? World War II, World War I, we're still living through it. I think it's wrong to play with hormones, take organs out. It's a Frankenstein experiment. You take somebody's life away from them, take their hormones away so they can't function in society. You traumatize them. so they can't live in society. It's no difference than walking up and punching them in the face. Like I said, before I lived on the street, visiting my mother, was watching TV. She walked in, slapped me in the face, punched me in the face, and walked away. How do you deal with something like that? I can't eat the foods, never know if you can get poisoned, but why would somebody punch you in the face for no reason? Just doesn't make sense. Little brother, all his life, all he wanted to do is utter threats. He's a defenseman. You know what a defenseman's job is on the hockey thing? To provoke problems, to get the other people in the ice so you have one less on the other team in the penalty box. That's all he did all his life. Provoke problems so somebody get in trouble. Yeah, my little brother Shane, just a dumbass to society. Never thinks he does anything wrong, only you. And you can't live with stuff like that. But we do. But I'm glad I had some sleep and go from there. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm going to go relax. Just want to give you an update that I did get some sleep and I'm a little normal. I'm looking at the camera. I usually don't use this. And I just started doing this every once in a while. Hope everybody around the world's having a great day and take her easy. And this is what it looks like out our window. Like I said last night or the night before, there's the crane, new building there. And to the left over here, there'll be another building and another building. 53, 93, and another 93 units. And we just had snowfall the other day too. So thanks for tuning in. And remember, if you've been assaulted by Invega Sustenance or any type of psychiatric medication, ask a patient for side effects and check other pages. Landed Andrew and Lipkin in the States has lawsuits out for all types of different medications, such as Risperdal and all that kind of stuff. And Abilify is a lower dose of Invega. So remember, you being assaulted as well. Any psychiatric drug or bipolar that has the same chemical compound. The chemicals are the same. It's the same drug, just by a different name. Do your research. And remember, it's not fun to lose your life from a chemical and a controlled substance called psychiatric drugs or somebody's ignorance. Psychological. It's a violation of human rights. Crimes of genocide. It's a cruel act and punishment for somebody else's belief to harm your life from living, because you're punished and now you can't live a life anymore or free. Disability in Canada, for me, after 10 years of working, is about $640. Not even enough to cover my rent. So somebody has to grow up and realize that's not enough money to live on when your rent is $1,200 a month. It really does suck when living on Disability Canada, pension or CPP or social services. It's a jail cell. There's no hope in hell when it's deplorable conditions and you can't find a life. You got to find a job to survive. And just like finding a job, if you need one, you need a wife in life too, because it's hand in hand. It's part of human nature. We are animals called humans, and that's the way it works. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back another day if the hysterics keeps going. Bye for now.